Here we go, ready to check the warm-up. This is exactly what you were doing for homework last night and what you're going to be doing for practice today, because this is the last topic that's going to be on your test, since we split the chapter into two parts. So the first thing we need to do, or you should have done, is to find your factors of the constant and the LC. The constant would be plus and minus 1, 2, 3, and 6. The LC should have simply been plus or minus 1, which means your possibilities would be plus or minus 1, 2, 3, and 6. From here, you should have started using synthetic division to find an actual root. So let's start with 1. We should have had 1, 4, 1, and negative 6. Bring down the first one. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 plus 1, that's 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 times 1 is a positive 6 to get a remainder of 0. Lucked out on that one. So now we write the remaining polynomial. So remember, this is an answer. We write the remaining polynomial. So x squared plus 5x plus 6. And we can set it equal to 0 because that's what we're finding here. So we use Santa hat, where we really factor. So 1 times 6 is 6. Factors that add up to 5. Since they're both positive, it would be your 2 and 3. So x plus 2, x plus 3. Hopefully you're recognizing shortcuts, that if it's x plus 2, the 0 is x equals negative 2, because you would do the opposite to solve. And if it's x plus 3, x would equal negative 3. So our 3 zeros, because if it has a degree of 3, there should be 3 zeros. So x equals 1 from your synthetic division, negative 2, and negative 3. Here are your 4 problems from last night. The quick answers are to the side of them, and then the work, the synthetic work in the factoring form, is below it. Number 1, you should have had 1, 6, and negative 5. 1 came from the synthetic division, and then 6 and negative 5 came after you factored it. Again, you can always pause this to slow down to see the work. Number 2 was negative 1, 3, and negative 2. Again, the negative 1 came through synthetic division, and then 3 and negative 2 came from the factoring part. Number 3 was the one that had to be solved using the quadratic formula. And you can see the work there. Let me zoom in a little bit on that. Here's the quadratic formula work. Again, we've practiced that a lot. It also included simplifying the radical. So a lot of skills that we've seen this year are going to keep repeating themselves within the problems. So if you need to pause that to see the rest of that work, go ahead and do so now. And the last one that you had to solve was number 4. Answers were 2, 5, and negative 3. 2 was the one that came from synthetic division. 5 and negative 3 came from factoring. You have 8 problems to practice in class. There is an answer key that you can check your work with, and then whatever you don't have done is to finish for homework. I'm going to go ahead and quickly number these. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. At the end of class, you can take a picture of what's left or quickly write them down, but for now the screen will stay up so you can just do them one at a time. Feel free to check with a neighbor on your answers, see how you're doing, or check with the answer key.